YouTube, what's going on? Yeah, there's no reason to sit here and keep beating the dead horse about about the Florida teams and college. It's no use. I mean, just wasting my breath now. All right, I'm gonna say it real quick. Hey, before I say that, man, y'all go like, subscribe, watch, share. Definitely subscribe. I mean, I got like 3 subscribers right now. We can get up to, I can get a couple 100,000 subscribers because just of me talking and, actually making some valid points and making sense. I mean, it'd be great. But, do that for me, my man, my people, females, males, but whoever's out there watching me, laughing at me. You could be laughing at me, laughing with me, agreeing with me, or disagreeing with me. That's what it's all about. It's October, so it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And all the families out there of survivors and also loved ones that passed away from breast cancer. All my condolences and all of my celebrations go out to y'all because that's important. It really is. That's why I'm wearing my pink shirt going to work today. Got to represent. Rest in peace, Maxine Moore. But besides that, man, I'm just gonna give a real big, broad overlook of what I think, and what really is. I mean, just common sense of who probably will be in the final in the college football playoffs. And there's a little in depth to this because it's, you know what, in the back of my head, being a biased fan that I am, yes, I am still holding out hope that for some godly reason, Arkansas beats Georgia. Not Arkansas, but Auburn beats Georgia, or beats whatever. Yeah, Auburn beats Georgia. And then we come back, beat Georgia. Kentucky lose 2 games. I don't see Kentucky beating Tennessee. I don't see Kentucky beating Georgia. I don't even see, I think they got LSU. I don't see Kentucky beating LSU. So I'm not worried about Kentucky. I need Georgia to lose 1 game. As Florida Gator fans, we need Georgia to lose 1 game. Now, Georgia loses that 1 game. We play them at the end of this month for the East. Plain and simple. Forget what Kentucky did. Because the thing is, Georgia is going to beat Kentucky. So, if it comes down to it, we literally need to win. We would just need to beat Kentucky. I mean, beat Georgia. Plain and simple. The biggest problem with the just having 4 teams is right now in the Big Ten. There are some really good teams in the Big Ten. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with Iowa. I think Iowa and Michigan play this week. I think that's the big game this week, the Big Ten. Ohio State just waiting. They waiting. They gonna get their shot at Penn State. They gonna get their shot at Michigan. So they just wait. But I think Iowa's a team that's they've been impressive, but I really think that's the team to really beat. Oregon screwed themselves. Oregon had a shoe-in. Oregon really, after this, they shouldn't have lost. It's like we shouldn't have lost to Kentucky. They shouldn't have lost to Stanford. I honestly think that if Miami, just speaking to them sorry son of bitches, if Miami really wanted to do something and keep it within the family, whatever they want to call themselves, if they do that, I think Cristobal is on the table right now. You know what I mean? But he's got it lovely in Oregon, so he might stick it out up there. But back to what I'm saying. The winner of the SEC is in. Alabama, Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, us, or even Arkansas, if Arkansas can like kind of get back off of that Georgia game and beat Alabama, because they got to remember they play Alabama in about 2-3 weeks. So if Arkansas can rebound, beat Alabama, then we talking about Arkansas playing for the whole thing. So that's out of it. So that's one spot gone. The ACC, there's nobody in the ACC that really is worth even thinking about going to the playoffs. Who are you thinking about? There's nobody in that ACC conference that should have a shot. So I think that opens up a second spot for the Big Ten, because it looks like Oklahoma. That Oklahoma State game gonna be tricky for them. Oklahoma State game gonna be really tricky. I don't see anybody else that really gonna put up that's scary to Oklahoma. So I look at it being SEC number one. Oklahoma fits in. Then here comes where this might be the first year, and I hate to say it, man, it might be the first year that a non-Power 5 team gets in. I don't see anybody beating Cincinnati. I think who do they play, man? I really don't see nobody in that conference that really gonna give them any shot. They actually did their job and beat Notre Dame, which Notre Dame wasn't that great, but they beat Notre Dame, which was that big marquee matchup. They went down into Notre Dame too, so that makes a difference. Makes a big difference. So I'm looking at Cincinnati being in the third spot because they'll go undefeated. Don't see nobody else really challenging Cincinnati. Now the fourth spot is going to be set for a Big Ten team. ACC is not getting in. There's nobody in the ACC. I don't care how good or what kind of surge Clemson puts on. North Carolina can go. There's nobody in their conference that, I mean, even with Georgia Tech looking the way they are, Georgia Tech's going, by the way, Georgia Tech is going to beat the living life out of Florida State when they play Florida State. Now, the other tricky part about Georgia Tech is them in Georgia at the end of the game, at the end of the year. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a funky little game for Georgia. Especially where they sit if they playing for the SEC championship. It's always been a wild thing to have that rivalry game right before the SEC championship. Auburn, Alabama, that's all. I mean, that's a tough one. Us in Florida State sometimes is a tough one. This year it ain't gonna be a tough one, Florida State. I'll let y'all know. We're gonna put enough down. We're gonna put more points on the board that we're gonna be able to carry over. But when I look at it, I hate to tell y'all, man, but y'all ain't gonna like this. Penn State look real good. Penn State look real good. Nobody ain't talking about Penn State. I really honestly think, man, Penn State or Iowa will be that will get in. I love Penn State to beat Ohio State. I just think Penn State has everything they need. The quarterback is playing efficient ball. He's not turning the ball over. They got their defense is playing lights out. Second half defense is just amazing. If you go look at their stats, their second half defense is just nuts. So I like Penn State. So what I'm going with right now as a pick, I honestly, Alabama's beatable. I really am looking at that. I'm looking at that Arkansas-Alabama game as probably, I don't see Arkansas getting blown out. Georgia's good on defense. Georgia got rolling on offense. I mean, I think it's almost too early for them to get that momentum going like that. Their offense, they did it with a quarterback last year that we damn near shut out. And if it wasn't for a misalignment in the first half and a horrible call in the second series, we shut them out. They only scored one touchdown. So I don't think that offense is like it ain't real. We'll see when we play them. We got a lot of building up to do. We got a lot of hope the game really. We need some things to happen this weekend as Gator fans, but I don't see Georgia being that potent. Defense is great. Defense is just dogs, like they name. They get it in. The thing is, you got to just put some points on them. You got to keep ahead of the chains, and I think that we can do it as Florida. That neutral site helps us out in this situation. So yeah, I'll be honest, man. I'm calling my top 4 by the end of the year. Penn State will be 1. Penn State will win their conference. Arkansas will be a really good test, but I like Florida. I like things to shake out. Was Florida gonna be the 4th seed? Oklahoma the number 2 seed. Oklahoma will be the 2 seed, even if they lose to Oklahoma State, because they'll get back in the championship game. I think Oklahoma will be the 2 seed. 3 seed will be Cincinnati, man. So that's my picks for the college football as of right now. Go back to this video. October 4th, 2021, I said Penn State 1, 1st seed. Oklahoma, 2nd seed. Cincinnati, 3rd seed. Florida, 4th seed. Now, how I shake after that, we got to play them games. But that's what I predict, and my predictions are solid. Penn State 1, Oklahoma 2, Cincinnati 3, Florida 4. Watch what I tell you now. Like, share, subscribe. The Drive. Just every now and then, man. Y'all get on here and talk with me. Comment in the sections your pick for your as of right now, your week 6, your college football playoff top 4 that you think will make it as of right now. See how good you are at the end of the year. Peace.